All right, we are at Occupy Philly, and I've started across the street here. If you're just tuning in, this is the Fire Dog Lake live stream from Occupy Philly. As you can hear the cars taking off, there's lots of support here. The occupiers are in front of City Hall, and there's much support. You see them on the corner there. All right, we'll take a walk across. This is their sign here. And everything. Alright, so let's talk to one of the occupiers here. This privacy is my right, Patriot Act is bullshit.
They got files on everybody.
Yeah?
Everything you do online is tracked at some point. And it's just insane. The amount of data that somebody can dig up on someone.
How long have you been out at Occupy Philly?
What's that?
How long have you been here at Occupy Philly? You've been coming here every day, or?
I've been here 2 days, but I've been following Wall Street since the 17th. So everything's interesting up there. I'd love to go up there, but I don't have the time or the funds.
So, but you can tap into the movement because it's come to Philly.
Yeah, it's a great thing. It's come to Philly. It's come to everywhere.
All right.
At least every state has at least one demonstration. That's a great thing. Everybody's waking up. Now we just need the rest of everybody to wake up. These people driving by here, we need them park along the side and join us.
Right. Get out of the cars. Come be a part.
Listen to the message. Don't just drive by and look.
All right. Good luck to you. Thanks. I got a sign here. Give the city back to the people. Together we stand. United we rise. We'll do a quick tour of the camp and talk to some people along the way. And we'll see over here. Of course, the road we just crossed. And there are people all along it, and over here they've been making signs. This is Occupy Philly, long banner right here, and of course, if you look down here, you see they've set up tents down here. This is just go down the steps, and there's various tents down here where people are staying, and over here we've got people collecting donations. This is the Sanitation and Sustainability Station, and give you a chance to take in some of the art that is down here at the encampment.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I just was moving the thing so you can get a better shot. I'm the artist. I didn't want everything looking messy for you. And as long as you promise me a way of getting the exposure, we'll be friends forever.
Yeah, no.
If you say no, I will buy it.
Putting it all up.
you a chance to see this art that is being inspired by Occupy Philly. If we keep moving through the encampment, you'll see looks to be supplies here for making art. We'll put together an arts area, and of course I'll let you take in craft paint, markers, chalk, miscellaneous, latex paint. Anybody to come down and make art. As if Occupy Philly banner right here. See if perhaps this guy here is willing to talk to us. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with Firedog Lake. We're a website online, and we're doing a live stream of Occupy Philly.
Cool.
And just wondering if you wanted to talk to us about the arts area that you guys have at Occupy Philly.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of the arts area, but basically someone set up and everyone donated a bunch of different art supplies like paintbrushes, stencils, and different types of paints, from spray paints to acrylics to house paints. So basically anyone can come use it. It's a collective type space, and anyone can use anything that's available. And we're taking donations and of art supplies, and I guess money to purchase more art supplies. So basically you can show up here with nothing and grab some cardboard or some tart material, and you have all the resources to make whatever you want to represent yourself, represent your perspectives here at the protest.
Now, how long have you been down here at Occupy Philly? Were you part of the group that started it, or did you just come down?
I've been here since Thursday. I've been camping out since Thursday night.
All right.
So I've been camping out every night since Thursday night.
Okay, well, I'll let you get back to making your art. Thank you. And over here, some more examples of the art that is being put together. And there's see if I can get a little closer here. As you can see, we are the 99%. And inside the circle, somebody could put their head, and we are the 99% in debt. And some signs here for you. Gay rights are human rights, end bigotry, begin equality. And this sign says, I love this city, this state, this country is too large, and whoever in charge up there, I better take the elevator down and up more than change in our cup, or else we are coming up. An Annie DeFranco quote. They've got an Abe Lincoln quote, Wall Street has taken over Main Street. We're over here. You know, a lot of these occupations have respect for the space that they're in. It says, respect the grounds, don't litter. Look at more of the signage here. You take in this sign, no more blood for Wall Street parasites. If you're just tuning in, this is Firedog Lake live stream from Occupy Philly. This occupation is part of the spread, part of what Occupy Wall Street has inspired. And I'm Kevin Gostola with The Dissenter. I'm touring the occupations. This is my second stop. I've been covering Occupy DC, and I was at the October 2011 action in Freedom Plaza. And so, as you can see, there's a lot of activity in front of the City Hall here in Philadelphia, and there's really a ton of people down here. It's quite the hub of activity today. It's got lots of attention. You can tell many people from Philadelphia are coming down to check out what is happening. There are many, many signs so you can tell that multiple people have been down here making art. If you were able to see, we talked to somebody from the arts area. We've got, this is coverage from the Philadelphia Weekly, talking about how the occupation spread to Philadelphia. And over here, there's more signs. There's signs all over. They have taken over the front of the City Hall. And there's many tents over here. Just give you an idea of the space. Right now we're doing a tour of Occupy Philly. We'll be talking to some more people, but I first want to give you an idea of where everything is in the encampment. Putting art on the tent. This is another sign. Dear Uncle Sam, I did not go to college and become an indentured servant. And this will give you an opportunity to see just how many tents are down here. Rows of tents. There's many people who have come to become part of this, and the city has allowed people to set up their tents. And of course, each of these occupations has its group of Ron Paul supporters. We're on the far side of the encampment right now, inside.
And feel free to read a book in your spare time.
See if we can talk to this guy. Hey, I'm Kevin. I'm with FireDogLake.com. It's a website, and we've been covering the occupations.
Okay, are you filming me right now?
Yeah, is that a problem?
No, it's not a problem. I just, I'm just trying to get you in the habit of asking people permission.
Got it. Well, I'm doing a rolling live stream, so I can do this and turn it away and then ask the occupier if they're okay with having their image on the live stream.
I'm fine with being on the live stream. Just for my sake, for other people's sake, just remember to ask permission.
Sure. I'm not forcing anybody to talk on camera. All right. I'm curious about the starting up of the library here at Occupy Philly.
Right, so on Friday morning we brought in some bookshelves, we brought in some books. Some of the initial work was done by the Wooden Shoe Bookstore, and we've been asking for donations from anyone who's willing to bring a book here. There's a good chance you do get it back. There's an off chance you might not get your book back, so you're taking that risk, but that's how it is. It's running on an honor system. We're working on categorizing the books right now, and basically it's just to have people something to read while they're sitting here. We'd like books that are oriented around political themes, with political messages, or with information on economic economic issues, class issues, race issues, gender issues, etc. But we're also just looking for general reading, so even non-politically oriented poetry, prose, fiction, plays, whatever, just that people have something to read is good too. There's also another table more towards the center of the square that was organized separately from ourselves, which is sort of a book swap, so it's another kind of lending library also, so we're actually not even the only library in this space.
And you volunteered to help direct people on who want to come in and take books. You're sort of watching over the library space?
Some of the time. I mean, it doesn't take much watching, really. It's really just inviting people, hey, come in, get a book, remember to return it, whatever. But like I said, it's an honor system, so it's not really like that much overseeing. It's really just sitting here and being someone that people can ask questions to.
Yeah.
We're also looking for people to sign up to do teach-ins or presentations or discussion groups. So that's other education committee stuff that's going on. And then training committees also working out of the same tent here. They're doing like, nonviolence trainings and stuff like that, facilitation trainings, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask is, so is the library part of a committee? Do you have a committee that...
Yeah, the library is I suppose technically part of the education committee or education working group, depending on the terminology you want to use. I think some people like the term working group because it sounds more active and less bureaucratic. I don't know, I use the committee out of habit. But yeah, it's not like limited to people in education committee, and it's not even like the committees are like static, So, anybody who wants to get involved, come down and get involved. That's the whole point of the thing.
All right, and the General Assembly decided that they wanted to have a library, and that's how you put it up, or?
I don't know if the General Assembly decided it, or if education just decided it. I mean, it's kind of the way that everything else works here. I mean, there is like a larger decision-making process, but, people are empowered to do things of their own initiative. That's the whole point, So we got the chairs, we got the shelves, we got the books. It's happening.
All right, thank you. Thanks for talking to me. This is the library.
No, there's not. No, there's not another voice there. I'm sorry. This is the only voice there.
The direct action table and info, and this is a long banner that people have chalked on and written messages. It's like they might be principles, values. Some of what I see inscribed on this banner are demands. So they've got end the Fed, jobs not taxes, bomb hills not people, destroy stereotypes. Oh, there we go. Talk, how do we change America? Again, this is the direct action table and info. If you're just tuning in, this is the Fire Dog Lake live stream from Occupy Philly. It looks like we've got a little less than 10 viewers, and we are here. I'm touring the occupations, and so we have a committee meeting right now going on in session, and we'll let them go through that process. We showed you this area of the encampment, but this is what we walked through 10-15 minutes ago, and you saw, and then the tents that are down in this area, and another sign. Most of these tents have signage decorating. the tents and chalking of the area to really take over the space and keep on walking through the encampment. You might be able to hear honking in the background. There's lots of support here. Lots of honking for the occupiers that are here in Philly. Now we've gone down the steps and we're right in front of City Hall. Lining the building are our tents. You can see all the people camping. Rows of tents. More signs. Doing a tour of Occupy Philly, and this is of course inspired by Occupy Wall Street. They've been here for a number of days now, and it looks like they've really gotten set up. You can see this person has, instead of putting signs on the tent, drawn all over, give messages. This is a direct message to the media. And somebody over here on the corner has inscribed the word occupied on City Hall. More signs over here. Let you take in this sign here. Officer on the bicycle there is really the first officer I've seen on the premise here. There hasn't been much of a police presence at all. The city's pretty trusting of what's going on in the park, and they've set up a kid zone down here. I'll let you just take a look. Down here got the, you can see they've put up a structure with recycled cardboard in a sustainable building. This is interesting. I'll go in a little closer. This is actually the sign that some right-wingers or liberal elitists are emailing around. Maybe you've seen this graphic. They're actually using this to discredit the occupiers because they use all these devices and have all of these things that were made by corporations. So it's pointing out how could you be opposing Wall Street if you use the products that they create. But I don't know, maybe that just means you need to amplify your efforts to take on the power of corporations, and they put this on their structure. And another tent.
Go in there.
Okay.
Because it's interesting to see the structures, the bamboo structure.
Did you put this together?
Me and someone else.
Yeah. I'm with Fire Dog Lake, by the way. Since you're putting it on camera, I should probably tell you what we're doing. So we're doing a live stream, and I'm touring the occupations on the East Coast here, going to all the ones that have sprung up. I was in D.C. just a few hours ago, and we came by. We're coming through Philly, and right now everybody online is watching and can see the encampment and how everybody's set up. This is quite the scene. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say you guys have done a remarkable work here setting up this community in front of City Hall.
It's very peaceful, which is pretty cool. I mean, there's no tension or anything like it. Some things I've been to, some protests I've been to, everyone's getting along great. It's very well organized, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's a great thing. I mean, it started off pretty small. It just keeps growing and growing, especially the people who are staying here overnight. It just keeps growing, and then it gets real big. Like in the evening, a lot of people come to protest, and then it kind of quiets down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tents.
Yeah, I've noticed there's many tents. So you've got a number of people who are staying here, and it looks like the city has been very cooperative. Otherwise, you wouldn't be out here. I mean, would you say the city has been pretty cooperative with you guys being present? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're cooperating with them as well. We're working together, so nothing goes awry. The police have been really cool to us. I mean, they're totally giving us our space and not putting their nose in it really at all. They're just letting us do what we want. We're sort of keeping our own peace, and we have our own safety groups and stuff like that. Just dealing with whatever issues arise, so they don't have to get involved. Which they seem to be cool.
I mean, it is what you say, non-confrontational. And I noticed that one of the things that this occupation has that I haven't seen at some of the other occupations is you've managed to get people to donate supplies to do a lot of art. And there's a lot of people can come down here and do creative work, wouldn't you say? Like,
absolutely. There's a lot of artwork going on. I mean, obviously a lot of people are making posters. That just keeps happening. I mean, there's new posters, hundreds of new posters every day. But there's also just artwork going on. A lot of people just creating, their own artwork that is really non-political. And that's cool too. People are expressing themselves in a lot of other ways. Me and my friend built this, which is, expressing our creativity in building. We're all engineers or builders or whatever, so we decided to, rather than to get a tent, we'd build something. That was just us expressing ourselves.
Now there's just a larger question. This is obviously inspired by Occupy Wall Street. So I'm wondering, do you guys continue in solidarity with them as they exist, or do you have your own plans to really bring attention to some issues through Occupy Philly? What has been the discussion, I guess, in the General Assembly?
I think both. I mean, we want to follow along with the overall national movement of Occupy Together, Occupy Way. And there's some things that we all believe in, like, corporate greed and what happened on Wall Street affects all of us. But there are specific Philly issues, like we have with our own city council and our own redistricting and certain things that are political specifically to Philly, which we're also concerned with. So both. I mean, for us, it's both national and local.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you guys, I noticed this going on in a lot of other occupations, so I just want to ask you, the issue of the two political parties in this country, do you guys explicitly try to make sure that you're not, you stick to the issues, you guys aren't going to, how are you dealing with that issue? Because, now the media messaging is trying to paint these Occupy Wall Street protesters as something maybe that they're not, that like they actually are interested in countering the Tea Party, and you're seeing the United States political system pollute the sort of, what I think is what these occupiers are trying to do.
Well, first of all, there's a lot of different people there with a lot of different political agendas and political standings. there are signs here that say "Down with Republicans," and there are, so there are certain people who take a stance on the left or the right politically. But as a group, as a whole, we try not to. I mean, at our founding meetings and our organizational meetings, we definitely put that forward that we don't want to do that. We don't want to take a side politically. We want to say what our issue is, like ourselves, regardless of what the Democrats or the Republicans or any other party is saying. But you're going to get people who are going to take sides. I mean, and we encourage people to express whatever their feelings are. I mean, there are anarchists here, and there are very capitalist-supporting people still who kind of want the same thing. So we think that we have a message that we have something in common, although we also have our differences.
Great. Thanks for talking to me. So this is your structure, and is this where you sleep at night? And
this is where a few people, like there's 5 of them.
Yeah, it's pretty big. And so, when did you put this up?
We originally put it up the first time, I guess Thursday night. And then we took it down and rebuilt it all over again so it would be much stronger and stuff like that.
All right.
Restructured it.
And then you've got the...
We just did that last night.
You've got the tarps
the
here.
The cathedral ceiling and everything came in last night.
Oh, nice. So you've got the tarps here, and that should maybe help a little bit if it were to rain, right?
We're just in the process of starting to weatherize it. We're in the process of weatherizing a lot of people. So we are expecting rain on Wednesday. So there's a whole committee that's concerned with weatherizing people and what's going to happen when the rain comes and stuff like that. We're trying to deal with it because we don't want to lose a lot of people when the weather gets bad.
Right. And have you guys talked about cold weather? Are you starting to do some survival things so that people could continue, so that it doesn't have to like go away right away?
Yeah. I mean, some of it depends on how long we're going to be staying here. Mm-hmm. Because there is it's sort of up in the air how long, what City Hall and what the police commissioner and everyone is going to do about us being here in the long term. If we're not going to be here more than a week, then we don't need to worry about such things. We can put our efforts in other things. If it looks like we're going to be here like into the winter or something, then yeah, we're going to start putting a lot of effort into that. We are already considering the rain. Eventually we're going to have to consider the snow and the real cold weather as well.
But do you get the sense that people here would like to be here so long as Occupy Wall Street is going strong?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there are people who will be here for the rest of their lives if it takes it.
Yeah.
There are other people who are here for a few nights. There are people who just want to stay one night. It's across the board. I mean, I'll be here as long as I can, and there are some people who are even more committed than me. So.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Well, again, this is the family space. You just heard an interview. We were talking to an occupier about how he constructed his space and built up a place that he could live in. And this is the family zone that we just walked through here. We're kind of backtracking. We've already done a tour of this area. But if you're just joining in, this is the Fire Dog Lake live stream at Occupy Philly. Doing a tour of occupations on the East Coast, primarily the New England region, and so I'm here today, and we'll just do another pass through, head through the rows of tents that have signs. A lot of people have given their tents a political identity by putting messaging on it that speaks to the sort of desires or anger and frustration that they have with this country. Like as you can see on this tent, Free America, and corporations are not people, and you've got lots of people passing through the camp to see what's going on and how people have decided to set up the space. And this is really just when you're facing the City Hall, this is just the right side of the camp. And we've just basically walked through half of the camp. This is a huge encampment. And as the previous interviewer noted, there's no telling how long they're going to be allowed to stay in this area. How long will they be able to be here? That's unknown. It's the same issue that people in Occupy Wall Street are dealing with. This is the view from the City Hall Visitors Center. We'll do a pan and let you see the area. Although it's kind of dark, the sun is right out. Music, people are out here. It's a beautiful day. It's a great day for anybody in Philly to come out and see this encampment and participate. And over here, we have the media team. Right here we have tech support. And more tents. Tents, as I've said multiple times on this live stream, line the side of this building. Cross over here. Get people who are sleeping up against the building. There's a few homeless people. Keep walking, and now we're going around. We're entering around the corner of City Hall. The rest of the encampment that continues. So over here we have this is the station for people to come through and get food. There's snacks. There's, as you can see, only for the 99%. You got people lined up getting food.
Down next to a couple points.
This is another medic tent. There's two medic tents. So we'll go back around. And if you're just tuning in, this is Firedog Lake's live stream of Occupy Philly. I'm Kevin Gostola with The Dissenter, touring the occupations, and we've talked to a few people. We'll go back around to where people are holding signs and try to talk to some more people who have been standing there, many of them getting many honks from the cars that are driving by. And as far as I can tell, there's been much support for what the occupiers are doing in the city, and the police presence is low. There might be maybe 2 or 3 police that are here actually watching, make sure that everybody is behaving themselves and not doing anything crazy. And you've got lots of artwork and opportunities for people to plug in and really be a part of the community. They've set up all the committees, and these committees have people participating and joining in and finding ways that they can help, you know, either weatherize tents so people can live, perhaps put together signs, paint new banners. You've got a medic tent. You've also got tech support and media for people to participate in if they would like to. And then you've got people who can come down here and just meet with the occupiers, and perhaps they come down and set up their own tents and become a part of this encampment. Very inviting atmosphere, as you can tell. I walked up to, those few people I've interviewed, and they were willing to share their point of view. And now we've got some people who are rallying up front.
Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? Don't forget that.
Here's the stay. This is their schedule. They put signs along the stairway. More on the working groups and signs. More demands on the signs. Pretty much everybody has sort of, you would assume, a vision for something they would like to change in this society. We've got a band cracking and stop the pipeline sign. And
ladies and gentlemen, we do have some sound. We have a left-off. Mothership's on the way up there. One of the things coming to some camp. He does amazing work with the community, with kids with dance. He has his own warehouse studio. He's very good part of town to help out the local community kids. If you have any questions, you can
artist here now who's set up and is playing music. Again, look at the area. We've been painting and here we go. Welcome to the Philadelphia Commons. Copy of the Occupied Wall Street Journal, and they spread out all these magazines, and I mean, it really is a lot of culture here in this space. And this is John Lennon's birthday today. He was still alive, so you've got this sign out here in the space. There are a couple officers with badges. People out here are getting honks.
We didn't have a lighter. Yeah, exactly.
So we'll talk to a few people and wrap up the occupation. No more war economy.
I don't know. I have some hookups from WHYY that I'm hoping will give me some.
Lots of cheering. Corporate greed out of government.
You can't really be, when you work for Verizon Wireless, you should fit in child care. Yeah. Oh,
Hey, it'd be okay if I interviewed you? I'm doing a live stream with a website right now called Firedog Lake, and I'm curious why you come out to Occupy Philly.
I came here to end the oppression from the government that they take from middle, lower, upper middle class, and they pretty much reap what we have. They take from us pretty much personally, and they don't give back to the government. I believe in taxes, but I believe it should all be fair, and people should be taxed based on what they make. Like, the poor shouldn't be taxed more than the rich. That is, no. And everything should be regulated, and people shouldn't be able to break laws because they have more money.
So how long have you been, did you just come out today, or have you been
I've been here since Friday, on and off. I had work, but I came back right after, and I've been here pretty much every day. Tried to make it out for at least 2 hours, but I've been here all morning, so.
That's great. So what do you think about all the tents and how everybody is taken over in front of City Hall?
I think it's great. I think it's growth. The growth fluctuates, but it's great. I think the exposure is nice because it's good exposure. It's not that we're going around beating the crap out of people. We're just standing up for what we believe in, and that more and more people see it, and more people know that it's not just like a cult, pretty much, that it's really good.
Right, and so this is all a part of, this is inspired by Occupy Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what do you think in general about that? And I mean, you're part of a larger movement right now that's going on.
Yep.
How does that make you, what do you think?
I think it's glad to know that we have a voice. Everyone each individually has their own opinions, but that we can voice it, and we all pretty much have a certain goal, and together we're banding to achieve it as best we can. And if that requires us to be protesting and rallying and making a lot of noise for people to see it, I think that's great.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy yourself. It's called FiredogLake.com, and we've been following Occupy Wall Street since day one.
Okay.
And I'm going to all the occupations on the New England region, and I'm going to visit some of the ones in New York, and I may even make it up to Maine. They've got an occupation.
Oh, nice. Yeah. What's it called again?
Firedog Lake.
Okay, I'll check it out.
You can look FDL up.
Okay.
Occupy Wall Street, you'll find
All
coverage.
right. Thank you.
We are standing up straight. We are standing up straight.
Standing up straight. The 99%. 99%.
You got people on the other corner there. Let you watch this group come back across the street. People taking over the intersection. great sign here. Why isn't Wall Street in jail? We'll cross with these people, and I'll get you a shot of the scene so you can see a wide angle of all of the encampment in front of City Hall. If you're just joining in, we're doing a live stream of Occupy Philly. We're in Philadelphia. And this is about as close to action that's going on right now. And they're just crossing the intersection back and forth and getting honks from people in Philadelphia. And so, crossing here.
Hi, Tariana, how are you?
You can see a wide angle. It's kind of bright, so you might not be able to see it since it's silhouetted, but this is the encampment in front of Philadelphia City Hall. And we spoke to an occupier who said he didn't know how long the encampment would be in this area, but they plan to be here as long as Occupy Wall Street is going, it would seem. And lots of support. If you stand out here, you're going to hear honking. Every 3 or 4 minutes there will be honking. You see the group crossing back and forth in the intersection. Many signs, lots of artwork. Probably about 20 to 40 different tents that are out there, and taken over the steps. They're on the side. The entrance that goes into the visitors center, they've taken over. And we'll let you see the architecture here a little. There you go. This is City Hall, and they're standing in front of it. And they've got a media tent. They've got 2 medic tents. They've got a direct action committee, a library. We did an interview with a librarian. And this is, of course, part of the Occupy USA or Occupy Together movement. And they've really have done a great job of claiming this space, creating a community. I want to thank you for following the live stream with Firedog Lake. I'm going to close this live stream off. We've been going for nearly an hour now, and I hope you've enjoyed some of the interviews and people that we put on camera, and I'll continue to do reporting. I'm headed to New York City next, and I'll be visiting Occupy Wall Street on Monday and Tuesday, and then other occupations in the area. I'm Kevin Gastola with The Dissenter. Thank you. I want to give a thank you to all of the over 500 people who have donated to fund this reporting. We've raised more than $11,000, and we're working up to meeting our $15,000 goal. And I want to thank you tremendously, because it's been a great pleasure and privilege to be able to come here and see all the young people who have they've put together such a great community in this space. So thank you, and continue to follow Firedog Lake for the latest on these Occupy protests in the country.